Political dynamics and strategic sovereignty in Somali governance. Introduction. The political landscape of Somalia has been defined by complex internal negotiations and a delicate balance between international support and national sovereignty. Under the leadership of President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, the Somali administration has frequently adopted assertive stances regarding the administration of national affairs. Two of the most prominent features of this approach include the periodic friction concerning the Hallan Compound, which serves as a hub for international partners, and the persistent challenges surrounding the organization of national elections alongside opposition groups. These maneuvers are not merely tactical disputes but are rooted in a broader ideological struggle over the nature of Somali statehood and the extent of foreign influence in domestic governance. The symbolism and sovereignty of Hallan. The Hallan Compound occupies a unique position in the Somali political consciousness. Located within the secure perimeter of the Aden Ad International Airport, it houses major international diplomatic missions, the United Nations, and various peacekeeping entities. For President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, asserting authority over interactions within and regarding Hallan is a matter of symbolic and practical sovereignty. His reluctance to rely solely on the protocols dictated by the international community within this compound reflects a desire to move away from the model of a state managed by external patrons. By challenging the norms of engagement at Hallan, the president seeks to signal to both his domestic audience and international stakeholders that the Somali government is the primary actor in its own territory. This stance is often interpreted as a pushback against the perceived micromanagement of Somali affairs by foreign entities. The president aims to demonstrate that state institutions should be the gatekeepers of diplomatic relations, rather than deferring to a parallel administrative structure built within a fortified base. This strategy allows the government to reclaim its agency, framing its refusal to be sidelined in Hallan negotiations as a necessary step toward building a self-sustaining and dignified national governance system. The complexity of electoral processes. The second dimension of this political struggle involves the persistent difficulty of conducting national elections in consensus with opposition groups. The electoral process in Somalia is historically fraught, often characterized by power struggles that mirror deep-seated clan rivalries and differing visions for constitutional reform. President Hassan Sheikh has faced significant criticism from opposition coalitions who argue that the government utilizes its position to manipulate electoral frameworks in its favor. Conversely, the administration contends that its zigzagging approach to election management is a reflection of the pragmatic need to navigate a fractured political landscape where complete consensus is often elusive. The friction with opposition groups largely stems from disputes over the electoral model, the composition of the electoral committees, and the timeline for constitutional amendments. The president has frequently moved between different strategies, sometimes advocating for universal suffrage and at other times reverting to indirect models to ensure stability. This perceived inconsistency is, in the eyes of his critics, a tool to delay processes that do not favor his administration. However, from the perspective of the government, these shifts are necessitated by the need to maintain a fragile coalition of regional states and political stakeholders. Balancing the demands of a centralized vision with the realities of decentralized clan power remains the core hurdle of his presidency. The intersection of policy and power. The interplay between the skepticism toward foreign hubs like Hallan and the difficult electoral negotiations with opposition groups creates a specific policy environment. Both issues highlight the president's emphasis on maintaining executive control during a period of critical state formation. By distancing his government from the dependency culture fostered at Hallan and simultaneously maneuvering around opposition groups during election cycles, the president attempts to consolidate power. This is a deliberate, albeit risky, strategy designed to build a legacy defined by national autonomy rather than consensus-based compromise. Conclusion. In summary, the actions of President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud regarding the Hallan Compound and the management of national elections are deeply intertwined with the quest for Somali sovereignty. His refusal to conform to the expectations of international partners at the Hallan facility serves as a testament to his administration's desire to assert control over the nation's political trajectory. Similarly, the complex and often contentious nature of election management reflects the profound difficulty of balancing centralized governance with the diverse, often competing interests of political opposition and regional factions. As Somalia continues its path toward institutional maturity, these political tensions will likely remain central to the discourse, serving as a reminder that the path to a stable, sovereign state is rarely linear. Ultimately, the president's approach is a calculated attempt to navigate the intricate pressures of international oversight and domestic political volatility, aiming to ensure that the Somali government emerges as the primary driver of the nation's destiny.